Everybody, welcome to July 21st, 2025. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whenever you're watching this. We're going to talk about your real estate here in Santa Clarita. What's happening with the market? We have more inventory than we've seen in several years. Right now, we've toppled 816 active listings on the market for sale. However, we still have a very robust buyer drive, but there are buyers that are holding out until the interest rates reduce. If in fact that's going to happen, I try to explain to people, be wary with that, because once that market kicks off, it's going to be crazy, just like we saw back in the 2000s, 2020s, the early 2020s, when we had multiple offers on properties. Buyers were waiving every kind of contingency imaginable just to be able to get the house, and there was a lot of buyer regret after those decisions were made. So that's something to look out for. I will tell you this, looking at what's happening in the market, let me give you that 7-day rundown. Coming soon listings 13. These are 13 properties that are going to be entering the market for sale. If you haven't seen these, make sure you reach out to your agent and say, hey, listen, I want to see the coming soon listings. You'll get a preview of the listings that are coming onto the market. You won't see those on Zillow. You're not going to see them on Redfin, Realtor.com. These are listings that have to be sent to you directly from a real estate agent. So if you don't like me, I get that. Choose one and have them send you those listings. But if you like me, you can't do without me, that whole thing. Please hit me up. Santa Clarita comingsoon.com. Fill out the form there. We'll never have to talk. I'll put those listings together for you because I know people are shy. So I'll get those listings put together and get those sent to you. And understand, my mother did say I have a face for radio, so I'm sorry about the video. 85 new listings entered the market this last week. That's not unusual. 102 properties had their prices changed again. Not a big number, but we're watching. If we look at the statistics, we see a lot of properties have their prices changed within that first 30 days of being on the market, because realistically it's taking now 28 to 30 days for a property to get into escrow, and it used to take under 10. So that's what it's done. Now, that doesn't mean they finish. If we look at the back on market properties, we have 36 of those. So about a third of the listings that get into escrow fall out of escrow. So that's something else to be aware of. Not everything makes it all the way to the finish line, and there's many reasons for that. It could be that the buyers discovered something that they can't deal with. It could be that there was a negotiation between the buyer and the seller says, you know what, you're smoking rock, we're not going to do this, or whatever it may be. But these are reasons. Most of the reasons, however, aren't anything like that. Most of the reasons properties fall out of escrow happen to be with an issue with the buyer financing, or the buyer just changing their mind, really nothing to do with the subject property. Sometimes agents are very good, and sometimes buyers' relatives are very good, talking them into things. And in some cases, they get to a point and they say, maybe this isn't the best decision for me, so I'm going to go ahead and cancel escrow. Be wary with that. Make sure you know where you are in that process when you are canceling escrow as a buyer. If you're prior to removing your contingencies, you might be okay, but there could be funds held back by escrow companies for work that has been completed on your particular file. You want to double check with that. In some cases, sellers are going to be ordering HOA docs. That's a seller expense. So you cancel after that. The seller's paid that $500 or $600 fee, and usually those docs are only going to be good for a certain amount of months. The seller could say, uh-oh, this is going to be a problem. Before I refund you the money, I want to make sure I get compensated for this just in case my house doesn't sell. Now, of course, everything like that is subject to legal review. So if you don't like that and that happens to you, then of course your agent's going to be one of the first advisors on that. But then after that, usually if it is some kind of a holdout and they're not going to do it, they're not going to refund your total amount, then usually the brokers will get involved and they'll try to work something out. At the end of the day, it could involve some kind of a suit. So just be wary if you are going to cancel. Make sure you know where you are in that process and if you have anything else to lose. On the seller's end of it, also understand that they've chosen you. You're going through escrow, you're deciding to cancel, and of course, nobody can make you buy anything, but you're deciding to cancel. There is going to be impact on that other end as well for the seller. But in most cases, sellers heed this advice. It's usually not too bad to have a property cancel escrow and then get back onto the market for sale. Yes, it will reflect that it was canceled, but people are a lot more educated today than they were, believing the man behind the curtain, like in The Wizard of Oz back in the day. Now people watch videos such as this and they understand that a lot of times these cancellations of escrow have nothing to do with property condition. It was a choice. On the other side of that, for buyers, same side, other point, the buyers sometimes actually get involved in some financial issues that cause them to not to be able to proceed with the purchase. Yes, they go out and they buy things. They get a Williams Sonoma card or Pottery Bar card, or they go finance a car. One of the latest ones that I had happen on the buyer's end of it, they went out and bought a Ford Raptor. Great vehicle, right? But 130 grand all in, I guess, completely loaded. And yes, that impacted their ability to finance. And the buyer wasn't educated by their agent, not my agent. No, not my buyer. It was my seller. But yeah, my seller got hit with this just because the buyer went out and made a mistake and they went out and financed a very expensive motor vehicle. That does impact your ability to purchase. And now if you have a bunch of money coming in some cases it wouldn't. Any kind of financial change, though, if you're going to go out and modify something, you want to pay something off, let's say you found a whole bunch of money. Let's say somebody let you borrow money to pay off a credit card or whatever. You want to let your lender know before you do this, before you go depositing large amounts of gifted money into your bank account. Check with your lender and find out if that's going to impact you in a negative way, especially if you're in escrow. And even if you're looking to buy a residence, maybe that kind of a notification with the powers that be when you do deposit this money. Maybe that's going to create an issue for you when it comes to you buying real estate, if that happens to be what your choice is at the time. You want to sit down and talk. You want to talk about real estate. You want to talk about what's happening in the market. You want to have a one-on-one meeting with Zoom with me. ZoomMe, scv.com. Go there, schedule an appointment. You'll see a video there. You'll see my calendar link below, and then you'll be able to schedule that appointment. We'll be able to talk about the market, tell some jokes, have some fun, reminisce. Anyway, but at least understand what's happening in the real estate market so you yourselves can make better decisions. Whether you're in my market or outside of my market, in another state, in another city, a city that I don't service directly, I have a large referral network there as well. They're not a lot of fancy like you see all these people really just going out there. They're starting these websites referred by honest agents, by top rated people, by, again, you're going to want to talk to somebody that does have your same ideals at their core. The people that are setting up these sites, they see deep pockets. Agents are more than willing to pay for leads in that form, getting placement on those websites. In actuality, there is nothing that they've done special. It's like sometimes I went to these awards ceremonies for police officers, and it was just kind of a normal thing that they did, that they were recognized for and got these amazing awards for. And then on the other hand, you go to those ceremonies of people that are getting awards and you start to kind of doubt your own life, thinking, God, would I have done that? Something so incredibly dangerous. But at the time, you don't think. If you're wired to be a cop, you're wired to be a public servant in the way of a lifesaver, heart taker, you're going to jump and not ask any questions or even think about your own survivability. There's that. All right, so that's about real estate. We're going to go ahead and finish and close out the show. When you're ready, go to SantaClaritaOpenHouses.com. I put everything there. You'll see all the active listings, not just open houses, but you'll see everything. When you're ready, reach out. Make sure that you're making the best decisions when it comes to your housing, your real estate. If you're looking for a property management, we have some great people that I can refer you to. Anybody that has anything to do with real estate, please do that. If you're sellers preparing your homes for sale, we're getting more and more inventory. If the Fed chair does resign, because I think that's the only way that's going to change, if he happens to resign, then we're going to see the market kick off. We're also going to see an overabundance of inventory. I don't know how much that number is going to be, but if it hits a high enough point, we'll see a reversal in the real estate trend, because sellers will now dramatically outnumber real estate buyers that are interested in the market. So we're going to start seeing prices reduce if in fact that happens. Right now, everybody's talking about prices going down. Prices are only going down in the expectation of sales price. They're not going down at the core recorded closing sales prices. So it's an account of a seller putting their property on the market for maybe $40,000 or $50,000 higher than the last comp, doing a couple of adjustments in there, maybe down 20 and then down another 10, then the property gets into escrow for that amount. So we're still recording those figures at higher than the past sales. So we're not seeing a dip in the market. It's just the case of people wanting to strategize and sell their properties. Also, sellers know that buyers are doing the research. They know if going in, if they want to make a lower than asking price offer, they can. Just as long as the sellers are reasonable, look at those comparables. Sometimes agents try to oversell their services and prices, but in most cases it works out. So make sure you do a good interview. We can talk about that. Zoom me, scb.com. I'll give you all the intel to talk and ask and speak and these sorts of things. I hope you're well. It's Connor with Honor. I appreciate you watching. We'll see you tomorrow. And thanks for checking out the website if you're watching me here at SantaClaritaOpenHouses.com. I appreciate it. I don't know where the stop button went, but I'll find that here in just a hot second. Thank you very much, and we will talk to you soon. Found it. Take care. Bye.